Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. So, you've missed the last 5 years of Hermitcraft. Well, I know some of you guys who had started watching the show back in 2012 might be a little bit surprised by some of the changes we've had since then. Like, for example, there are maps in Minecraft now. Ooh, look at that map behind me. I'm not really good at third-person control. Also, there's like fireworks, and you can fly. But you know what? That's a little bit more about Minecraft than it is about, how do you change your view, than it is about Hermitcraft. You know, how has my life changed in the last 5 years? When I started on Hermitcraft, I was engaged. Now I'm married, and I have a 5-year-old kid. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I guess we're coming up on the 6th year, actually, of Hermitcraft. So, pretty exciting. This is my base called Red Sky Bay. I've got a full-scale model of Castle Ravenloft, Tracy and Laura Hickman's famous Dungeons & Dragons vertical dungeon, also known as a castle. You know, the thing is, if you're good enough at making castles, for vampires to live in, the whole thing eventually basically just becomes a dungeon. You know, at least it's terrifying in the same ways as a dungeon. So that's good. You know, I've been working on this for about a year, actually, building this insane landscape. But Hermitcraft isn't about what I build. It's about what we build. Whoops. And about how we walk into doors. Because Hermitcraft is also about comedy. You know, it's not good enough to just construct a door. Oh, also, speaking of constructing a door, this drawbridge here is designed to actually close. Now, the way I did that was I set up the whole thing with signs underneath it that can be blown up when I hit a special trigger. And then you might say, Joe, that's not closing the door, that's just blowing the door up. I actually have a set of pistons and a bunch of additional concrete that create a vertical wall right here. Let's go up here and check out this mechanism. So, because you might remember, Hermitcraft was originally built to be a lot of redstone and stuff. And if there's one thing I can do, it's nearly fall to my death while doing redstone stuff. So I thought, let me show you a little bit of that. We have repeaters now. We didn't have those when we started Hermitcraft. We didn't have these observer blocks that send pulses. But yeah. So up here, I've got a whole bunch of additional brown concrete powder that the same thing that triggers the bridge to blow up will then knock all this wall down from this very compact area here and completely fill that in. So, yes, it's Hermitcraft 5 or 6 years later. Dang it. We're still falling to our deaths and constructing redstone doors. But with concrete powder now. It's colorful. That wasn't an option before. And, you know, a lot of things, weren't options before. You know, we still have a gaming district. Our first gaming district was built in a mushroom biome so that mobs wouldn't spawn. You know what? So is this one. Although, confusingly, some parts of the district have extended out a little bit past the mushroom biome. So, like, you've got this crazy Elytra flat course here that was built by Mumbo Jumbo, one of our youngest members. But he's got a lot of promise, guys. I think you should keep an eye out for Mumbo Jumbo. He is, going places. Loves filming things. Has a real passion for travel. I met him in Minecon Anaheim. Cool guy. Very tall. Tall guy. Tall and cool. He's like a glacial mountain. But anyway, as you can see, we've got all sorts of games in the game district we wouldn't have been able to build back in the first Hermitcraft. Colored glass? That wasn't even a thing yet. It's just fun to think about how much things have changed. Oh, we've got ice boats, and we've got whatever this is, slides, and other stuff. I don't know, man. But yeah, what have we built? We've built some cool stuff, and we've enjoyed it. But you know what? Time hermit flies when you're having fun. So, let us sail not toward the sun, but actually toward the Nether. Now, that's another thing that's changed a little bit in the last few years. It used to be that the Nether was very unsafe, and I'm lost now. Some things never change. I'm always lost now. It doesn't matter if it's the past or the present. The gift of poor navigation keeps on giving. So, we are going to wander this way and show off a little bit of our Nether builds. Now, we've always been big fans of having kind of crazy builds inside the Nether. But back in the day, we originally had a lot more stone and chains. And now it's a lot more flowers and ice and all that sort of thing. You know? But it's basically a little bit more open. You know, we used to build as close to the top of the Nether as we could. Let me adjust my video settings here. Brightness. Well, we still do. There it is. There's the top of the Nether, bedrock. And here are our little portals and entrances and exits to our own little worlds here. False Symmetry is always doing stuff. She's actually doing stuff right now, thereby further proving my point. But I don't want to, like, spoil her next episode. Why don't we go this way? Is it because there are no minecarts? That's why we're not going that way. Why don't we go this way? Also, are there boats? Because I think the things over here need boats. There are no boats. Okay, we're going to skip all of the tunnels that require special things. Where's Good Times with Scar's thing? He has a nearby base that looks really cool. To Scar! I don't think Good Times with Scar was on the server when I first joined. But look at this. He is building these insane upside-down cityscapes. He's like, hey, Joe, let's take your expectations and flip them. And I'm like, what? You flipped my expectations? They've been subverted, you know? That's pretty cool. And then he's just like, oh, you think I can flip things over one time? Well, check this out. And then you emerge into, whoa, this is a room that is hard to get out of. Thank you to whoever put that dirt block there. Do I have a sign? I'm gonna, you know what? One thing that never changes, it never hurts to be polite. Thank for adding this dirt block step. Joe Hills. I still put my name on everything. Anyway. We are almost out of fireworks. That's actually not good for any tour. But yeah, one thing that never changes is that people on this server love to build things. So Good Times with Scar, one of our newer members, he's only been on here about 2 or 3 years, but look at this, he's made a mark. This modern cityscape is entirely his construction, his devising, and I'm slowly realizing that, you know, it never hurts to grow a community. Now, actually, I've always felt that way. I've been a big fan of some of the folks that we have been bringing on, even though we've had to say goodbye to some of them for the last several years, because it brings so much new life and new sparks of joy to a group to see things from the point of view of someone else. You know, I was actually thinking of building a rocket model, but my idea to build a rocket model would not have been to have it ascended into the heavens on a plume of flame and smoke. And, you know, compared to Scar's, mine would have been just a joke. But, you know, this guy inspires me, and that gets my brain rewired, see? And I don't know, there's a lot of kitties, and they're distracting me. Dang it, kitties. You're busting my rhymes. Goodbye. Okay, so we're going to leave those cats and Scar behind. I do need to get more fireworks from my rockets before we continue. So, time skip. So, further exploring the Hermitcraft server, you know, Isuma is still a member. He has been around a long time. He's still got an X at the beginning of his name, and apparently he's canceling this mountain for some reason. I'm guessing what that X means is that mountain is canceled, so don't go there. We've got all sorts of stuff over here. Nice little radio transmission tower for him to share his ideas about putting iron trap doors on everything with the world. I'm guessing that's what this is for. Doesn't seem to... It seems to be dangerous and impractical. So, yeah. Oh, that's cool. He's got a tunnel through the mountain there. Can we actually safely do... Oh, that's not a cancellation mark. That's a notice that X marks the spot that you can fly through. Oh, I didn't fly through it very well. All these doors seem to caution me not to fall in there. So I'm going to do that. Because, much like the original Hermitcraft server, if you die in Hermitcraft, you have to go get new stuff. So, I don't want to deal with that. Wow, this is so big, though. Let's just close that real quick. I don't know what this room is for, other than looking cool. Oh my goodness, there's a hot air balloon. This room does a good job of looking cool, though. So, I'll hand that to Isuma. Dang it. We've got acacia wood doors now on Hermitcraft. Oh, and signs with world records on them. And, I don't know, creepy eyes. noise canceling headphones, apparently. So I guess this is the music room, but, okay. Yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of how Hermitcraft has changed. You know, it's... Whoa, what is that face? That's a creepy skull. See, we still have creepy skeletons. We just have them at a larger scale. It's a bigger, better Hermitcraft. But in some ways, it's a lot more personal. Like, look at these armor stands. Armor stands in Hermitcraft allow us to, I don't know, encase people in glass after stealing everything but their clothes. Also, apparently this is the war room, and there's no fighting allowed. Thank you to Dr. Strangelove for suggesting that excellent rule to, Isuma. I think this is the way we came in. Are we going to be able to find our way out? You know, I kind of want to see. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a good distance above this mountain. Wow. Wait, is this supposed to be like a volcano? Is there Oh, let's not go in there. But that is pretty cool. See, so we're still using lava in unsafe ways, and there's a bunch of colorful blocks here for sheep farms. You can never have too many sheep farms on Hermitcraft. They're an old standby. So what does this do? It cycles the sheep through automatically, I guess, so they're easier to shear somehow? Well, it doesn't have to make sense. That's the Hermitcraft difference. So, anyway, another exit over there. It's just so fun to fly around people's bases and see what they're making, to, you know, just explore and get a sense of something outside of yourself, you know? Because we get so caught up in everything we're trying to do or take control of in our own lives. But other people are doing cool stuff too, despite their own challenges. And it's just great to have a chance to stop by and visit somewhere else for a while. So, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and wander back out. Maybe we'll stop by one more base before we end the episode. Time skip. Alright. So we emerge from the Nether in a floral landscape. A lot of these flowers weren't in Minecraft back when we first got started. But you know what? That's okay, because Stress Monster is actually, I think, the newest member of our server. She just joined with the launch of Season 5, and she's got a pretty cool build style. I love all this, like, Swamp Village stuff. Like, there's just... It feels like a real community could have organically sprung up here and decided to make this land their home. I am not very good with these sorts of sparse builds that create a good sense of space, and I could learn a lot from Stress. Now, she does not light her builds very aggressively, which can make them more visually appealing in a lot of ways, but they also make it really dangerous for me to visit in the dark, because if I go down on the ground, creepers might spawn and blow up her stuff. But yeah, I love this crazy UFO beacon thing too. This is just such a cool way to do this. Oh wait, is this a giant statue of Stress Monster herself? Well, it's hard to see in the dark, but I assume it is. The sun set on this village, and now it rises. And so we see the daily surprises of the beauty of a landscape that's enmeshed in vines, but still there's colors and curves and lines, and the whole thing is very creative, and I really like it. I'm so pleased that Stress was able to join us this season on Hermitcraft. Every member we've ever had join, I've always been like, this is awesome. Why didn't we invite this person earlier? Although, obviously, sometimes, like, that person wasn't playing Minecraft earlier, or nobody knew how to get a hold of them, or something. But anyway, I think that Stress is a cool little UFO thing, and, you know, I'm realizing I don't know how to actually get back out of here. Somewhere in this whole facility, there is a tunnel down to where the Nether is. Hopefully it's right here with the diamonds. Oh my goodness, I thought that was like a sculpture of me. Look, look, look. How do I switch F5? That guy looks just like me. Wow, how do you do this camera? This camera's a difficult thing to manage. But yeah, look. Twinsies! Anyway, I should probably find my way home. And I want to acknowledge, though, that it would be deceptive for me to say that I showed you even a fifth of the stuff on this server today. This is just a tiny taste, a tiny sample. We visited Stress Monster's base, which we're flying over now, Isuma's. I showed you Mumbo's flat course, as well as a bunch of other stuff that was constructed in our games district, primarily by ZF, who is also an amazing builder, whose base I didn't really visit because it's mostly underground and I always get lost. But anyway, I hope that if you've been taking a break from Hermitcraft for a few years, getting your own house in order, that's okay. We all have plenty to do. But welcome back to Hermitcraft. Hermitcraft. Welcome home. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.